guys, it's me Clarissa here on Klarissicasays, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So good morning. This video is going to be about Libya. If you guys have not been watching the news or actually even on social media, because I seen a couple posts on Facebook, if you have not been tuning into like that kind of a reality, you may or may not have heard about what's going on in Libya. But just in case you haven't, or if you have heard and you want more details, I'm going to fill you in on basically what is happening. Now, I just got most of the information like literally 2 minutes ago, but I've been hearing a lot about it, and so I wanted to go online and research it for myself, like always. And so I looked it up, and so I'm going to give you a brief synopsis as to what is going on and what is happening there in Libya today. Now, for the record, and my brightness is kind of low, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit more just to try to make it a little bit more clear. There we go. Just so for the record, a lot of these people, first of all, let's start here. There was a picture that was put out, actually a video. CNN showed it. A lot of other places showed this video, and I know for a fact it's CNN because it's a clip that I've seen online from CNN. But there was basically a video showing people or handlers in Libya basically auctioning off men, African men. And from there, that's kind of started the uproar as to what's going on with Libya. Now, I do send out my prayers to those families, to those people. I do send out all good karmic energy to their family and to them. I do also send out all the love to the people that are going through this situation in Africa, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into details. This will be kind of a quick video. A lot of my people that follow my videos probably like, yay, because I like to talk, but I have to get it to work, so I'm going to make this video very short. However, this is very, very important, you guys. I don't want you to take away from the severity of this video based off of this time of how long it is recorded, because this is something that goes back to our culture, our heritage. Our people are being enslaved, and now for people that are African American here, you guys already understand how the history goes with being enslaved. So I wanted to reach out to people and find out how you guys feel about this. So please go ahead and leave your comments below. I would truly appreciate all your feedback. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the meat of the video. So, for you guys that were wondering, a lot of these people, a lot of these African people that are going from their home to Libya are actually traveling, or refugees and migrants that are from Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Zambia, Senegal, Gambia, and Sudan. And they are the ones that are smuggling themselves into Libya by network of criminal gangs. So first of all, just so you guys realize, people are leaving their homes, as I just said. For instance, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Zambia, places like that, Senegal, Sudan. They're leaving their homes and saying, okay, I want to go to Europe. I want to stay in Europe. I want to make a difference. I want to do something different with my life. Not saying they won't live in Africa like that anymore, but there's a reason why. You don't know, they're in their situation. It could be war. It could be prostitution going on for the females that are leaving, and they don't want to get into that. So it's okay, let me go to Europe where I'm safe. You don't know, and there are a lot of situations where in these places I just named that war is going on. So we, I'm putting myself as we, they leave and they go as migrants and refugees to Libya. The reason why Libya is at that connection point, like literally by sea. Once you hit Libya's ground and coast and leave Libya to go to Europe, that's the easiest way to get to Europe from the location of Africa that they're in. I think it's around like southwestern, honestly, I'm not totally sure, but in that location, Libya is the location where you go straight from the coast of Libya straight to Europe. So that's that. That's like coming from Florida, from the coast of Florida to Cuba. People from Cuba all the time leave Cuba by sea and hit Florida coast. Once you're on the coast of Florida, you're in the United States. So it's kind of the same concept for you people that want to really understand. Now, this is the effed up part about it. You have these people who meet people and say, okay, I am the right person. They pay these people to go and actually leave where they're from. Like I mentioned, Ghana, Zambia, all those places. And there's, of course, other places in Africa as well, but those are just the main places. So they go and pay these people. They talk to these people. They find these people. And they go and they pay them and say, okay, hey, we're going to leave on this day. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Okay, now they get into this van with the person they've been talking to, communicating with, and they find out, oh my gosh, these are not real people trying to help me. These are not real abolitionists that are trying to really get me to, you know, I guess I'm not gonna say freedom, but to, you know, Europe where I can feel free, you know? These are people that are literally like gangs. So these gang members, these criminals, take these people's money, first off. Then they get them and make them think that they're going to go to Europe. Once they get into Libya, they're now either auctioned off, which is what you see in that video. They're now either put for like a sum of money over their head, like you owe me this amount of money, so until I get this amount of money from you, you are now my slave. I can do whatever I want with you. And they go and slave. They sell them to other people. Then, for instance, for the females, they put them in like these trafficking, you know, homes. They take them, they sell them to prostitution. They keep them and treat them like slaves, like cats on a leash and dogs on a leash. And it's truly ridiculous. It's 2018. Well, in a month. It's been 2018, and this is still things that are happening. And this is not something that's just happening in Africa. Please, y'all, do not get misinterpreted. Like, don't get misconstrued. Slavery is happening all over the world still to this day. It's just more of a serious topic because we are African people and we already been through the crap, and we don't want to see any of our people going through the crap for no reason. It's not even like there's people against each other, going against each other, and they're fighting, and they're taking people as slaves. That's what people did here in America. They came over here, seen the Native Americans, and they said, okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and enslave you guys, and took them over to Africa and vice versa. And, you know, it was about war. This is like people literally taking people and coming off of them, like coming up off of them, like literally telling these people that they didn't pay them when they did pay them to get to Europe. Tell these people that they don't know what they're talking about. And not only that, they are torturing these people. I have an article right here that I'm going to go over with you guys. And the reason why is because it's actually, I think, yeah, there's actually an example of what I'm talking about. So this is from, where is this from? This is from Independent. .co, if you guys want to look it up, and the title is Libya African Refugees Being Sold at Regular Public Slave Auctions. Now I'm going to just briefly go through it because I have to go, but basically it says survivor says kidnappers beat them while they called home so family members could hear torture. So just to sum that up, there was a survivor, one of the migrants that left their home. It doesn't say technically where, but they left their home and they went to try to go to Europe. They paid their fee, everything like that. And then once they got in the truck, oh, lo and behold, these gang members told them they didn't pay. So I'm going to read this very briefly just so you guys can really get this. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. One survivor, a Senegalese migrant, said he was taken to a parking area in Sabaha, southwestern Libya, after crossing through the desert from Niger, in a pickup truck organized by traffickers. As the truck reached Sabha, the driver insisted he hadn't been paid by the people smugglers and took his passengers to what the Senegalese men described as a slave market. Quote, and I unquote, sub-Saharan migrants were being sold and bought by Libyans with the support of Ghanaians and Nigerians who worked for them, IOM Niger staff reported. The survivor described being bought, quote unquote, and then sent to a prison, quote unquote, which is a private home, where more than 100 refugees were held as hostages. They're taking these people and holding them as hostages for ransom and for their livestock, for their living. Like, this is some evil crap. And not only that, these people helping them, you guys think they're on their side, they're also being tortured. They're also being convinced that they're doing certain things. They're also forced to do these things and actually be a part of what they're doing. So don't think that they're also the bad guys even going to helping out these traffickers. He said that the captors forced them to phone home and said that they were often beat while on the phone so their family members could hear them being tortured. So they wanted the family members to know, all right, you guys, spread the word. Don't leave. Don't leave. Stay where you're at. Don't try to go, you know. And not every situation when someone leaves to, you know, migrate to Europe happens like this, but a lot does. A lot of things happening now are like that. That's why there's hundreds of people in this home. That's why I'm pretty sure hundreds of these little home or private houses, prisons that they call, around that area, and it's ridiculous. And his captors asked for 300,000 West African francs, which shows here as 390 euros, which he couldn't raise. Then sold him to a bigger house because he couldn't raise that money up. And it's okay, so she can get the money to me, I'm gonna go ahead and sell you to someone else for the money that you owe me, that he technically didn't owe him. And they, back to the thing, then sold him to a bigger house where a new 600,000 West African francs demand, well actually about 780 euros demand was made. To avoid further beatings, he worked as an interpreter for the kidnappers and described dreadful conditions with food offered only once a day. He said some migrants who couldn't pay were killed or left to starve to death, of course. If a captive died or was released, the survivors said the kidnappers turned to the market to buy more to replace them. So literally, this is a tit for tat thing. This actually, excuse me, it is a tit for tat thing. This is a business. This is a business that's going on. And it is amazing to think that there's still slave trafficking happening. And right now it's an uproar because it's like a big shield over America. Like no one's really like paying attention to the things that are happening overseas. And this is the shit that's happening. This is the real shit. This is the stuff. Like this is it. To continue, migrants, quotes, I quote, migrants who go to Libya were trying to get to Europe have no idea of the torture, the archipelago that awaits them just over the border, said IOM spokesman Leonard Doyle. There they become commodities to be bought, sold, and discarded when they have no more value. So once they've gotten all the money out of them, squeezed every penny cent out of their blood, they discarded them like trash. This enrages me. This truly enrages my soul. Like, I almost want to cry reading that last statement. Like, I briefly reviewed this, but that statement really touched my heart. These people are trying to make a difference in their life, and they're being stopped by these freaking demonic devils. Like, that's messed up. Why? You know, why? That's not even fair. That's not fair. He added, tragically, the most credible messengers are migrants returning home with IOM help. Too often, they are broken, brutalized, and have been ashamed, abused, and awfully sexually abused. Their voices carry more weight than anyone else. Now, men and female are being sexually abused. Don't just put it on the females, because they are, of course, we're vulnerable. We're just be honest, we're vulnerable. But men are also being sexually abused. We're weaker than men, which is why I said we're vulnerable. I'm not vulnerable, I'm a strong woman. But when it comes down to that, we have, you know, what are you going to do? So this is something that is happening worldwide. Like, not just in Africa, but Africa is becoming a really big populated area where this is happening in almost all of the regions there. So the problem is, how do we get to those people that are the leaders of these criminals, that are the leaders of these traffickers, because the problem is the people are finding people to get over, and there are people actually, there are migrants and refugees actually leaving and getting over and, you know, living their life and starting over, whatever it is. But these people are the ones that are being caught and being sold into slave trades and the slave market and being trafficked and being used as property and valued. You know, where do we find a ground point where we can find these people and put a stop to this? You know, how do we get to a point where we can get that? I mean, what would it take? Well, of course, it would take us finding it, but what would it really take? Like, what would it take to fix this? Because this has to stop. This has to stop. And the thing that really hurts my heart is the very last part that I read. I'll read it again for you guys. Tragically, the most credible messengers are migrants returning home. Returning home. Meaning they migrated, they tried to go, they had to go back, they were abused, they went through all this stuff. Some of them survived, got over there. Then when they had to come back home, this is what they're thinking about. Some of them didn't survive. Some of them were able to leave and run away and get away and go back home. But after all of that they went through, now I have to be defeated and just be sent back home after I've been abused, after I've been brutalized, after I've been literally stripped of my value as a human being. You just send me back home? I just go back home? Or I migrated and I have to go back home? Like, I can't even believe that. Like, you guys, I have to go. But this is a topic that we do need to really discuss. Spread this around, because this is crazy. This is really crazy. And I will leave some pictures like after this video, before this video is finished, you will see a couple of pictures so you can see some of the refugees and you know, check some of this stuff out. But you guys, this is serious stuff, and I just behoove you to please, you know, pay attention to other places besides America. Like, this is stuff that's really happening to people's families. You know, if this is happening to people here in America, it would be like the end of the world. So we need to make this as an end-of-the-road theme, because these are our people. This is our motherland. Like, Africa is the motherland, not just for my race or my culture, for the whole entire world. And this is something that the whole entire world needs to tap into and put a stop to it. Because literally, if anything, if people were trying to go to Europe, they should be able to go to Europe and not have to do it illegally. Because apparently, if they could do it legally, they would just do it. So we're missing this big, huge point. Like, there's something, we're missing a link here, because these people are really risking their lives to get to this place. So with that being said, I have to go, you guys. But please tune in to my other videos. If I see any other thing about Libya or any other further research or anything that I catch about Libya, I will do another video. But please go ahead and spread this around, share it. Like I said earlier, leave me your comments. Tell me how y'all feel. Like, tell me more stuff. Like, I'm trying to get into it and understand this as much as I can. And if I missed anything, please note it below so I can go ahead and address it in another video. Let me know, you guys. Communicate with me. You know, like, we are together and we are one, and we need to, you know, get to a point where we're turning off the TV and turning off the social media and actually connecting, talk about real life topics like Libya. Free Libyan people, free the people that are slaves, free the African people, free people that are African refugees, free, because think about it, even though you're saying in Libya, people in Libya are also being slaved and trafficked. It's you guys are not getting it. It's a big problem. This is a big issue. Slave trafficking is a big issue. It has never stopped. Never has it stopped. People think it's not going to stop for us, but it's not. It has not stopped. People are finding a way to still make money off of people. It doesn't make a difference between you're black, white, Spanish. It doesn't make a difference. It's black on black, white on white. It's still slavery. Get over the topic that is black. I had someone tell me, oh, that's black people, it's so crazy. No, it's still slavery. This shit was happening to us 400 years ago down here in this same exact place, in this same exact place with the USA. We were going through slavery. Same as, nothing is different. Nothing is different. Using us and selling us on auction slaves. It never stopped, you guys. And we gotta make a stop to this. We need to make a stop. We need to make a world change. with that being said, I gotta peace out, you guys, and I'll see y'all later. Don't forget, leave me a comment, let me know how you like it below. Share, 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 and I love you guys. Free the slaves in Libya.